Welcome, victims, to the Horr-Gasm podcast. Cue out the lights, lock the doors, get comfy, and prepare for the sexiest and scariest podcast around. I'm Nick, and with me, as usual, is my co-host, Ali.
Hey. We were just talking about one of the characters in the film. We watched Dawn of the Dead this week, and her name's Monica, and there's this, PewDiePie sings this song called Hey Monica, and it's literally just like, hey Monica, hey, oh hey Monica, and now it's stuck in my head. It's from, Doki Doki High School, or Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh, okay.
Remember Monica?
No.
Did you watch it? You must have watched Game Grumps play it.
An episode.
Really?
It didn't do it for me.
Oh my god. It's probably because they were really comical, but you should watch a Let's Player play it. They can knock it out in 2 hours, but that's when Game Grumps were still doing 10-minute episodes. Yeah. But I watched, who did I watch? I think it was Jacksepticeye. I watched him banging out in a 2-hour episode, and it was fun. It markets on Steam as a horror game, but you start playing it, and you're like, this is such a fun little dating sim. And then, halfway through, it's bam. And it changes completely.
That's when we talk about talking shop. Horror games.
Horror games.
That's what we'll talk about.
Fun.
Because we have no topic whatsoever.
Yeah.
And one thing I'll say is that as of this recording, Ju-On, the prequel, is on Netflix. It's the prequel to the Grudge and the movies.
Okay, so do you think it would lead, I could watch it without watching the Japanese version of The Grudge and stuff?
I think so.
Okay. Interesting, because I want to watch it, but I was like, oh, maybe I should watch the other ones, but...
Well, The Grudge is a basic copy of Ju-On.
Right, exactly. Right. Yeah, I want to watch that. That's a good one.
I'm surprised it's not on Shudder.
Yeah?
I really am.
I thought it was on Shudder.
There's the Grudge versus The Ring on Shudder, which I should watch that. That looks fun.
Yeah. That would be a good one. I just haven't seen the Ring.
You haven't seen The Ring?
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
We should
I was gonna say, should we add it? Because I've never seen it, but I heard it's super creepy.
Oh yeah.
Right. Again, another thing I've never seen. The list keeps going. But yeah, even this movie this week, Dawn of the Dead. I know about it. I've just never seen it, and I watched Shaun of the Dead, and I feel like I watched it because I thought it would be a straight up a comedy movie. And then I started watching it, and I was like, okay, this is a bit much. And we actually saw a trailer before this movie, and they called it a Zom rom-com.
Pretty much.
And I was like, that's about it. Yep. But I don't overly enjoy Simon Pegg movies. They do nothing for me. And I love British humor. It is my jam. But those movies, I've seen, we were talking about it before, I've seen Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Paul, even.
I was going to ask Paul.
Just, they do nothing for me.
At World's End, or whatever it is.
I haven't seen it because I hated all the other ones, so I was like, why bother?
That was pretty cool.
But I love, Monty Python and all those. I love that kind of stuff. But it just did not do it for me. And it's sometimes, it's the stupid humor. And I find, his movies are full of stupid humor. I don't mind Dumb and Dumber. I can get through it. But everybody, when I was in high school, everybody was raving about Step Brothers. It is the best movie. It is so funny. You won't regret it. And I watched it, and I was like, that was the stupidest piece of shit I have ever watched. Talladega Nights is another one. It just does not do it for me. And I'm not saying, I'm upper crust, my comedy is the echelon of all No, I'm not saying that. One of my favorite movies is Team America. But why? Those kind of movies do not do it for me.
I had the same talk with Tanel the other day.
Yeah. Going
to Tim's for the fire. And, because I've been on a Letterkenny kick on YouTube.
Right.
And it's that... Trailer Park Boys.
I love Trailer Park Boys.
It's Canadian humor at its best.
Yes.
SCTV. But she's like, I tried to watch it, it's too dumb.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, but in defense, you also like Beavis and Butthead.
Right?
Instant laugh.
Yes.
And quoting I Am Cornholio from her.
Yes.
And I'm like, what's the difference? And she's like, I don't know, just I like that humor.
Exactly.
That's funny, good, goofy humor.
Yeah.
The other stuff is more dumb humor.
Yes.
like Horr-Gasm. Again, that's pure Canadian humor.
I love Horr-Gasm.
Family, good, goofy humor.
Right, but that's...
A lot of the Canadians more explicit, make fun of humor.
Okay.
Charlotte Boys is just dumb drug humor.
Yeah, like, why do I love Trailer Park Boys so much? Like, I should hate that show if it, in comparison to the other ones.
Characters.
Yeah.
The characters are, while sometimes annoying, they are redeeming.
Right. That's fair.
It's hard. The show has heart.
Yeah.
Beneath all the drugs and language, it's a show about family.
Right.
100%.
You're right. Family and friends.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Like,
and
yeah.
Another case, the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a show about family and making fun of people, which is so much fun.
Yes, you're right. Making fun of people is kind of like, that always brings people together.
Yep. But let's get a little bit back on topic.
Right.
But
Video games. Yes.
The topic we had. So horror video games.
Well, the ones that obviously come to mind, I always think are like, you have like the Dead Space and the Five Nights at Freddy.
Let's focus on horror zombie games.
Horror zombie, okay.
Let's stick to zombies.
Okay. Fair.
Just lots to talk about for video games and horror, but we got for the big ones with zombies is Resident Evil.
Right, obviously, yeah. We talked about Resident Evil last week.
Yeah. But we'll do a little more in depth here.
Huge.
I don't know how many games now? 7 at least.
Yeah.
Main series, and there's a bunch of spin-offs.
Right.
Yeah.
The new ones are phenomenal. Like not the remakes I'm talking about, but like Resident Evil, like Biohazard. What was it, 7 or whatever it was?
Yeah.
It was the last one that just came out. That was such a creepy game, and I was already kind of like watching horror movies by the time that game came out, and it still bothered me. Like I had to watch it while like cooking or cleaning or something, because if I watched it in bed at night, it bothered me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, Resident Evils, they creep me out.
Well, number 2, the original number 2, that one got me as a kid. Because I remember Gavin had it for his PlayStation. And I'm like, oh, cool, I've read about it. I've seen not seen videos, but I read about it in the magazines.
Right.
And I'm thinking, oh, this looks such a good game. I read about the first one, the second one's even better.
Yeah.
Gavin had it. I'm going to try it. So I started playing, and like as soon as you're in the police station and you're walking in the hallway and the arms come through the wall to grab you, I'm like, done.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
The liquor shows up with the CG graphics. I'm like, fuck is that? Why does it have a long tongue? It's all teeth. I'm dead.
Yes.
I'm going to die.
Yes.
Run.
Yeah.
And then from there it just got fun. Like
For sure.
3 was Nemesis, which was a cool feature. The movie was horrible. But, and then they changed up with 4, made it more over the shoulder.
Yes.
Shooting. Although they had Code Veronica before that, and they had Resident Evil 0. They made a big story about it.
Sure.
Which is cool. Most games kind of just jump in game to game, but they kind of connected everything.
Okay.
Following like the Dawn of the Dead movie we watched, there are a couple games called Left 4 Dead.
Oh my! I was just gonna say, Left 4 Dead are some of my favorite games ever. They're one of those games that when I used to have people over, we just throw them on and I'll grab a controller and you can just, fuck around with them for hours. Because, everybody kind of picks a character and you just kind of bump around, grab resources, get to safe rooms, eventually get rescued. Like, it's fun, and raising the difficulty, raising, the amount of people you have, and it's fun. I love those games.
I like those. I'm sure you remember the old, at the arcades, I don't know if we have arcades, but at the theater, or there was one in Central Mall. House of the Dead.
Okay.
Where it was like that, basically you got the gun. And
Yes,
you shoot, and you
yes,
kill
yes,
screen
yes.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Those were fun.
They still have one at, last time I was there, we played Terminator. Fuck, that was fun. It's so fun. It's a little wonky with the guns, like the tracking isn't great, but oh, it's so much fun still. I love those games. Those are good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one I played was Dead Rising, I think.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
Dead Rising's a good one.
There's been 4 of those, I think.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's that other one that you had me play you brought up, where you run through the city? It's first person?
Ooh.
Remember, and you do like parkour.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What's that called? Dying Light.
Yes, Dying Light, that one. That's a zombie one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
That's a very, very survival type game.
For sure.
100% survival. Like,
yeah.
It's almost too real because you
yes.
have such limited resources.
I was just going to say, it's like collect resources, don't die, build things, like, repeat.
Like everything you use is a weapon. Like
yes.
You have a bit of wood, it's a weapon. 3 hits, it broke. Well, fuck.
Yes, yep.
Now I gotta run and hide and find out a weapon.
Yeah.
There's another one I was gonna think of it right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a few.
There are. And they're good. I don't know. I find like the zombie genre is something like that you can kind of keep building on. Like you said with Dying Light, it's like the survival aspect. Whereas Left 4 Dead, it's just like, you know, you're in a shopping mall, kill everything. You know what I mean? Like, and you collect small things, like it's more like collecting ammo and stuff. Whereas in Resident Evil, it's more the sneak aspect of it. Like you're creeping around, trying to usually get out or escape to somewhere safe.
Well, the big difference between like Resident Evil and Dying Light or Left 4 Dead is Dying Light it's like open world.
Yes,
you're
right.
You can go to that, do anything you want.
You're right. Yeah.
Resident Evil and Left 4 Dead, you have to go from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And
safe
survive.
House. Yeah. Save, restock. Yeah.
And again, with Resident Evil, you don't have much ammo.
No. Man.
Choose your shots. You can't kill them all.
This is what we talked about. The first scary game I ever played was Resident Evil 4. And it's unfortunate I started on that one because I've heard it's not the best one. And you have to take care of fucking what's her stupid face, Ashley or something?
Yeah.
God damn it, I hated that stupid bitch. And oh my god, I get to the part where I'm like, I'm in a temple, like I'm 3/4 way through the game. I get to a temple, I can't backtrack because they cut you off, so I can't backtrack, and I'm stuck in this temple fighting a boss, and I have no ammo. I have 0 ammo, and there's people with chainsaws chasing me, and I'm like, ugh, and then I stop. But it was like, it was so scary. Like, I'd be playing with my friends, like, and this is like grade 12. So this is 11 years ago, more than 11 years ago. And I'd be, you know, playing it, and somebody would fucking come up behind me with a chainsaw and cut me right in half, and I would scream and throw the controller and be so scared. And I was like, this is no good for me. I quit. I'm done. There's no ammo. I'm never playing this again. But
and it's just kind of different reasons too. Like
right.
There's always different. They can't always have just the same old lumbering zombie.
Yes, you're right.
That comes boring.
Yes.
Resident Evil had different types. They had dogs. They had birds. They had creatures.
Apparently, some with chainsaws. Who knew?
Chainsaws, tyrants. You know.
Yes.
They didn't mix it up.
Yes.
Left 4 Dead did the same thing. They had
the spitters, the jockey,
smoker.
Yeah.
Not the Titan. The tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The jockey was the one that would jump on your back and fucking pull you around.
Yeah.
God damn it.
The
puker one or whatever.
It explodes.
Yeah. The witch. Oh my god, the witch. Oh, you walk up on her and she's crying.
That's why I gotta be sneaky.
Scares the shit out of me. Yeah.
And Dying Light has something like that. They have these giant zombies.
Right.
And Yeah, they're no fun.
No. But, yeah, oh my gosh.
And these ones at night who are just fast and quick and
Yes.
scary as hell.
Yes. Oh, it's crazy how, like light may affect. You know, because you really don't know how they sense. You assume it's smell, basically, right? Or what senses are even working. How would you know?
It's all sight.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of talk about Train to Busan.
Yes.
The zombies track you with light. If it's dark, they can't see you, they don't care.
That's on our list. We're watching that.
Oh, definitely.
But it's not till later. It's not like till like November.
We should almost save that one for next zombie month.
I love Train to Busan. I want to watch it again. Yeah. Okay, well, should we get into Dawn of the Dead?
I think we should get into Dawn of the Dead.
Hell is overflowing, and Satan is sending his dead to us. When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Alright, so this week we watched Dawn of the Dead, which is a 2004 movie, and it is directed by Zack Snyder and written by George A. Romero and James Gunn. Apparently. Screenplay, it says in brackets.
Cool.
Just want to give credit where credit's due, what can I say? Oh, more like this. 28 days later, we're watching that one too.
So, a little bit of trivia here for this lovely movie.
Trivia?
As I fix my mic, as it falls on me.
Mike, you're so forward today. Oh my god. Oh, little behind the scenes action here.
Okay.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
So, this movie made, in the box office, $102 million.
Okay.
Budget, $26 million.
Okay.
They slashed this budget horribly when they first were making this.
Really?
Because House of the Dead came out beforehand, which was also, I think, done by Universal. I'm doing a quick double check.
Okay.
And they got gun shy.
Oh.
They thought, because I did so poorly, no one really cares about...
Zombies are done kind of type thing?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They also forgot to mention that the lovely, horrible, worst director-writer ever, Uwe Boll, was behind this movie.
Oh.
This guy's just awful.
Oh.
I hate Uwe Boll. He's just terrible. He ruins movies.
Oh my god. Okay, give me some examples. I don't know about this fellow.
House of the Dead. He did a bunch. He got a bunch of rights to movies. Postal. In the Name of the King.
Okay, interesting.
He's done a bunch.
Okay, and he's not a good guy?
A lot of them are garbage. If not all are garbage.
Oh no. Well, he's not even mentioned in this at all.
Thankfully he has no in Dawn of the Dead or House.
Dawn of the Dead, sorry.
No, he's got luckily no he doesn't.
Okay.
Because they know better, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully.
He also did a lot of video game adaptations.
Okay.
Like Alone in the Dark, Blood Rain, Postal. He's done way too many, and they're just crap movies.
No. I haven't heard of this fella.
You're not missing out. You're really not.
Well, that's good.
He did a Far Cry movie.
Oh.
He did.
Far Cry?
Yes.
Oh.
House of the Dead. All those movies need to have violence, swearing, and a lot of nudity. That's his calling card.
Interesting.
If there's not nudity, there's no swearing, no nothing. It's crap.
Well, this movie, I thought the gore was really well done, and not to the point like obviously it's like over the top, but they have to sensationalize things for movies. I always think, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought it was well done. I'm assuming they did lots of practical effects because this movie could come out today, 2020, and you couldn't tell that it came out over 15 years ago. Hey?
Yeah, I think most, if not all, the effects are practical.
Yeah, they were fantastic.
I can't think of any spots when they would have CGI.
Right. Like maybe some of the, like the eyes even, but the eyes could have just been contacts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it was
the good
fabulous.
one, they could have, but
Oh, and the fetus.
yes, okay, that was on CGI.
But it looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't look like a mutant baby. You
No.
know what I mean? I thought it was fabulous. I don't know. I thought that it was well done. It doesn't feel like a 2004 movie, which is really good to stand the test of time.
Yeah.
There's I don't know. Yeah, it was good. And the stories, like, you actually start to like get invested in the characters. Like CJ. Like, I was so invested in CJ's life. And
Yeah.
Andy. I was invested from Andy from the minute he graced our lovely screens.
Andy was a bright spot in this movie.
Oh, he was just fabulous. And, like, the relationship he had between him and, like, Ving Rhames was amazing. Like, and you just, you know, it's a freaking zombie apocalypse. And, you know, you're just hanging out, finding friends, playing chess from, you know, across the parking lot. Like, it's adorable.
Like Hollywood Squares, where they kind of
Yes.
they would the guys in the mall would look for a lookalike celebrity.
Yes.
And you would have to find him and shoot him.
Yes.
And he did. It was pretty funny.
And he loved it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and they even try to save him, even though he's not with them. Like, Andy was a joy. But yeah, the character development was fantastic. I really liked it. And I mean, it obviously doesn't always go to plan. Like the guy and his pregnant girlfriend. Like, some character development doesn't go in the right direction. But that's, you know, obviously part of the movie. Like, it's going to be stressful and life-altering and horrific sometimes, and that's just how it is.
That's right.
Right? Oh, yeah. This was a good zombie movie. I like this for a zombie
and it's a
movie.
big change, too.
Yes.
Because they made him fast. They made
Right.
him deadly. They made him more of a threat.
Aggressive. Like, so aggressive.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Like, it's very, well, not even Walking Dead. Because Walking Dead, they were kind of, like, clambering sort of zombies.
They're slow, stumbling, rambling zombies. Where these are, they see you, they home in, and they just attack.
Yeah.
They go for it. And they, basically their adrenaline's kind of kicking in. They're stronger, they can,
It's like they don't obviously have a pain receptor anymore. So they just, like, bash their face through glass or punch glass or, like, they don't care. They want to get to where they're going. It's very animalistic. And, like, they just run and jump and climb and fall and they don't care. They have, you know, a one-track mind, which makes sense, I think.
It does, yep.
Yeah.
Well, where did you first hear about this movie? Dawn of the Dead.
Like last week when you brought it up and said, hey, next week we're watching Dawn of the Dead. And I went, oh, Ving Rhames. That's almost exactly, I think, how it went.
Cool.
So, yeah. How about you? How did you hear about this?
I heard about it when it came out. I saw trailers for it. I thought it looked great. Never got to see it in theaters, but when it came to VHS, DVD, I rented it. I loved it. And it spooked me. There were some good scenes.
For sure.
When, in the beginning, when the husband smashed his head through the door.
Yes.
I jumped like hell.
I was thinking of that while I was sitting here. I was like, man, if I was in a theater, that would scare the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of jump scares, but...
Which I appreciate.
Yes,
I find...
nothing too...
Especially in this era, jump scares feel really cheap.
There are too many.
Yes.
They rely on jump scares.
Exactly. It's like, oh, this is going to scare somebody.
Yeah.
And I find, this is off topic, but I find that the new It movies, that happened a little bit, is they really tried, especially after the first one, they tried too hard in the second one to get you. And I didn't much care for that.
Like this movie kind of, they do a few jump scares, but they also focus on the effects.
Yes.
And just atmosphere.
Yeah, but, like, I love a good jump scare when you're, like, really not expecting it. Like, I went to Landmark to see Jurassic Park, and I went with Jessica. And the part with the raptor, where the raptor comes through in the basement, she jumped about 3 feet off her chair, and I laughed. Like, I was killing I laughed harder at that part than when Jeff Goldblum is all splayed out on the table with his like button-down shirt. I laughed harder at the raptor jump part because I was like, even for when that movie came out, it still makes people jump. Like half the theater jumped. Honestly.
And that's got me too. When I
Isn't
first
that
watched
fabulous?
the first few times I watched it, even when it was coming,
Yes.
I jumped.
Yes.
Because it comes out of nowhere.
Yes.
And it gets you so good.
Exactly.
And that's how a good jump scare works.
I agree.
Where you're she's pushing the button, she's all let's go on, she's happy, you're like, oh good, your dart is full down. So
yes.
Your shields are down, you have no idea what's coming.
Yeah.
And then boom.
Just like that.
And
yes.
you're like, what the fuck is that? No.
And then it just keeps going. Like you don't get a second to get your heart rate down. Because then she runs over to, she sees an arm, Samuel L. Jackson's arm, and grabs it, and it's literally just his arm. And then she has to race out of there and shut doors. And oh my God. And so it doesn't give you a second to breathe. So you just kind of feel that adrenaline the whole time.
And that's on this movie.
Yes.
That's on, the beginning a little bit. But it's because zombies are so easily taken care of.
Yes, you're right.
But unlike other movies, this has a bunch of, which I think is so good about it, there's not a lot of lull, peaceful times.
Yes.
They're always doing something. Something's always happening.
Yeah.
And
or someone's fucking up or something.
That has to happen.
Yes.
That has to. I think the original lacked that because there were so many slow spots. If I remember correctly.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've seen the original Dawn of the Dead, but I remember thinking, compared to this one, it was boring.
Sure.
It was...
Well, even compared to Night of the Living Dead that we watched last week, this one was just kept up. Yep. Honestly, it kept up. I really liked this one. I thought it was great. It keeps your blood pumping the whole time, which I really appreciate. And there are a few, not dull moments. They're not dull. But sort of okay, they're in the mall, they're figuring it out, they're boarding stuff up, they're meeting new people, whatever. And then it hits you, immediately after.
And they treat the little spots very well with montages.
Yes, exactly.
Or, music playing. It's just kind of cut, which works.
Yes, absolutely.
They have a little bit of low kind of downtime. That's also to do character building.
Yes.
To get the plot along.
Yeah.
And get to know the characters. You can't learn how... you can't learn about Terry. Terry, I think, Terry. You don't know who he's like by him running from zombies the whole movie.
Right.
You don't learn about Vin Rain's character.
Yeah.
When he's always shooting at the zombies.
Right.
You can't.
Yeah.
That's why you got to have the low times to talk, discuss.
Exactly.
And then build back up to the action.
For sure. Yeah, I agree. And you kind of want to learn the characters to get more invested in it. And I know that they have to do it in order to make the more frantic times you start to root for the characters more, right? So when you get to invest in the characters, then at the end when CJ's dragging, I forget the fucking guy's name, but when he's Tucker or whatever, when he's dragging him, you're like, oh my God, I want you guys to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or when they're in the vans and they have to split up and you're like, oh my God, you want them to live. So I understand the need for downtime and montages and chitty chat. I just want to watch zombies rip people apart for 2 hours straight though, One day.
Yeah. Well, since we're talking about the characters, let's go through them.
Sure.
So we have the main characters. Sarah Polley plays Anna Clark.
Yes.
Ving Rhames plays
Kenneth
Paul.
He's great.
Yes. Jake Weber plays Michael. Mekhi Phifer is Andre.
Is Michael the Best Buy?
No, that's Terry.
Who's Michael?
I forget. We'll find. The most skilled die.
Okay. Spoiler alert!
We'll find out. Ty Burrell is Steve Marcus.
Oh, fucking Ty Burrell. I forgot about him. Yes. God damn it, Steve.
Michael Kelly is CJ.
Yes.
Kevin Zegers is Terry.
Yeah.
Michael Berry is Bart.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy Booth is Nicole. Jane Eastwood plays Norma.
Mm-hmm.
Boyd Banks plays Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
Ina
Tucker.
Korokina plays Luda.
Oh, yes.
R.D. Reed is Glenn. Kim Poirier is Monica. Matt Frewer is Frank, and he's a Canadian guy.
Oh.
He's the guy who plays like a bunch of different Canadian movie shows.
Oh, is that the dad?
Yes.
Okay,
he
I
was,
see.
the lead character of Lawnmower Man 1 and 2.
Right.
Great movies. What was I? Louis Ferreira is Louis. Hannah Lochner is Vivian. And Bruce Bowen is Andy.
Okay.
And also, before I forget, Tom Savini has a little special.
Oh,
He's a little
yeah.
small little spot on the TV.
He's a badass.
He's the Sheriff T. Cahill.
Yeah, he is. He does an amazing job, even in his little role. And all the security guards are watching him like, man, he's so cool.
He's badass.
So badass. So sweet.
Wow, man, he's a Twitcher.
Oh, Twitcher, that's such a good name. And then they go down to the fountain. Look, guys, it's a Twitcher. God. Yeah, lots of these characters don't do so good. As you're going through the names, I'm like, who? What?
So that's one thing, the names you kind of figure out and ignore.
For sure. Like, I get Anna and Kenneth, but I just called Kenneth Ving because, right? And then,
Steve.
Yeah, yes.
He's such a douche.
Fucking Steve. And then, Best Buy, I don't remember Anna's love interest.
He might be Michael. He must be.
He has to be, right?
And Luda, because she's the mail order bride for...
Luda.
Yeah.
Just always reminds me of Ludacris. Luda. Every time he said it, he's like, hey, Luda. I'm like, oh, Luda. But, yeah, the characters' names are literally irrelevant because it is... nobody lives very long, I don't think, in this movie. Like, we're introduced to... I mean, I feel like Anna is supposed to be the main character in this movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she actually is.
I think she is.
Yeah.
Because it starts with her, it kind of revolves around her.
Yes. Yeah, we kind of see her in the beginning. You're right.
And I like how you get a second group showing up.
Right.
It's kind of like Evil Dead 2.
Right. You're right.
The
Yeah.
first group, they die, then more people show up.
Yes.
More fodder.
Yes.
Which I love.
Yes, because her and Ving immediately meet the mall group, and then the mall group get into the mall, and then a new group come in. Yep. Yes, you're right. Yeah. And then we just keep losing people, and more come in. Yes.
I have not seen a movie where no one of the main cast, any cast dies.
Right.
I have not. And if there's one out there, please, listeners,
yes,
victims, let us know.
Yes.
So, Nick, Allie, there's this movie, you dumb fucks. Okay, then.
Wow, rude, but okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get into the plot, right? We're there. Okay. Cool.
So, after finishing a long shift as a nurse at the Milwaukee County Hospital, Anna returns to her suburban neighborhood and her husband, Louis.
Oh, they were married?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think so. I think there was a ring. We saw a ring. She was washing her hands off in the fountain.
I was not paying attention to the ring. I was like, ooh, blood in the fountain. It's coming off. I feel like that's foreshadowing.
I'll get back to that after. Caught up in a date night, they miss an emergency news bulletin.
Yes.
They're too busy having naked hot shower sex.
Woohoo!
Yeah. The next morning, a girl from the neighborhood enters and kills Louis.
Oh yeah, Vivian.
Yes.
Fucking Vivian.
And I love this scene.
Yes.
She takes a good chunk of his neck out.
You know what? I watched this beginning before.
Really?
Yeah, it's coming back to me like a fever dream. I did. I tried to watch this part. I got up to the part where she jumps at Louis, and I was like, no. And I shut it off so fast. I was like, oh, I fucked up. And I was like fetal position rocking for like an hour. Oh, man. That was like 10 years ago.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh, I forgot. Totally. Until now. And then I'm like, wait a second. Yeah.
I love how she grabs the girl and pushes her away down the hallway.
Yes.
And kind of closes the door. Well, before she closes the door, the girl jumps up.
Yes.
In this weird kind of...
Like a Spider-Man-y leap.
Yeah, she's on her stomach, she pushes up and goes onto her feet.
Yes.
And just races. I'm like, whoa. When I first saw this, like, wait a second.
Yeah, that's not a zombie.
Zombies don't do that.
Right.
Zombies, they more like, they kind of stumble and slowly get to their feet. Not this girl.
Right.
She pounced up and she was ready for seconds.
Yes.
Like,
these are kind of how the zombies are like in Resident Evil, though, aren't they?
Nope.
Really?
Not the first few. They were very slow, and the more different ones, the more kind of like the lickers, the tyrants. Those were fast. Nemesis was fast.
Right.
But the plain old zombies,
they were slower?
Oh yeah. They were just...
Interesting.
When they get close, they kind of go faster to try and grab you, but that was it.
Because I've seen this kind of movie before, and I don't remember why.
Could be 28 Days Later.
No, I haven't seen that one.
You'll like that.
But I was just going to say, well, now I'm excited for it. So Lewis is bit.
Yes.
He's sad.
Because Lewis, so he's bit, and he immediately reanimates as a zombie and attacks Anna. And her, the actress, the stunt actress who flopped into that tub.
R.I.P.
Ow.
Yes.
Fuck me. Every time I see that, like, I cringe.
Because I've done something kind of sort of like that before, and it kills. It hurts.
Even like you're trying to get on the tub and your hand slips.
Yes.
You're going to fall chest first.
Well, you watched me do some acrobatics today trying to get over a baby gate, and I crotched hit myself and slid across the floor, and it was like,
But she's going full tilt,
yes.
turns, slams the door, and basically trips backwards into the tub.
Yes.
Ow.
Ow. Mega ow.
Ow. Everyone's done it. Everyone's kind of slipped or something into the tub.
Right.
Hopefully nothing got broke, but it hurts like a mofo.
Always. It always hurts.
And after I see that, I'm like, I cringe, I grimace, I'm like, ow.
Yes. Oh.
So she escapes. She gets out of the window and she flees in her car.
Yes.
And some guy tries. She's seen this as it's happening.
Yes.
A bit of some boobs show up.
Oh yeah, boobs.
Naked girl walks by, kind of in a daze, and boobs.
Yeah.
And she kind of crashes. Some guy tries to take her car.
Yes.
Door, give me your car.
It's like the bus driver too, because he's got the little outfit on.
He says, "I need you. Give me your car."
Yes.
And she's like, "Fuck you." Hits the gas, speeds off, and crashes into a tree.
Yes.
And we get a nice little opening monologue montage
credits
by Johnny Cash.
Oh yeah.
And that kind of shows what's happening, and then
the world's in shambles, anarchy, death, destruction.
Upon waking, she joins Police Sergeant Kenneth Hall.
Yeah! Yay!
Electronic salesman Michael.
So it is Michael. Okay. So Best Buy is Michael. Okay, cool.
Terry's young security guy.
Terry's the guy with the flat nose, right?
Nope, that was Bart.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. I trust you. I trust you.
They also meet petty criminal Andre.
Oh,
and his pregnant wife, Luda.
Yes.
Who he must have paid from Russia or Poland somewhere. She's not American.
She doesn't speak very good English.
Hence, I think she was like a mail order bride.
Yeah?
Had to be.
Yeah, they don't really go into it much.
No.
But he just says that he's made a lot of mistakes in life and, he's starting new and fresh and all that kind of stuff. But in his little come to God moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spent his money he stole to buy a mail order bride. They break into a nearby mall and are attacked by a zombie security guard who slightly bites Luda.
Yes.
We
see that. And we just kind of, everybody else just doesn't see it. So we just like, you start to question it because Ving Rhames hits his arm in the same fight. And you're just kind of like,
This still bugs me. I mentioned to you, and I mentioned on here, because this bugs me. This would have been a great plot point just to explain how shit happens. So Ving Rhames' character fights a zombie, they fall into the little water fountain, and he gashes his arm on some metal.
Yes, like the spout,
yes. And later on, they kind of try and figure out they kind of realize if you get bit, you turn.
Right.
You become a zombie.
Right.
You become infected. And they say, well, this person was fine, this person was fine. If they said, well, if someone didn't realize, well, the new people didn't realize that, because Anna's the one who stitched them up. Like she could have asked him, where did you get that cut from?
Yeah.
Was it from the fountain, or were you bit? And he could have said, nope, I wasn't bit, that was from the fountain. I would have showed symptoms, but I'm like, yeah, good point. But they skipped that. They could have had something good there. Have Steve being the dick that he is.
Yeah.
So, whoa.
And what about that guy?
Yeah, he's got a cut.
Bandage. Yeah.
Why is he?
Yes.
Is he being that?
Right.
And that could have brought in more of a dick, showing how Steve's kind of a dick. Tries to. He could have been racist.
Yeah.
He could have thrown a racist card too.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it was
a missed
I
opportunity.
agree. And I thought of exactly the same thing. I'm like, why is it that no one questions Luda's arm, or no one questioned Luda's arm or Ving Rhames' arm?
Right,
like, why?
They didn't know Luda was bit. She hit it.
Right.
And running, she kind of covers it up.
Yes.
And they made such a big thing of showing that he got gashed.
Yes.
And they showed he's being stitched up. They made such a big deal out of nothing.
Yeah.
And yes, he got it just bugs me.
Right. I
agree.
agree.
100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's too bad.
That could have been something. It could have been something.
Something.
But why they just decide to zoom in and show him getting cut, and
that was it.
Funny when they were stitching him up, they had an actual nurse stitch him up, and I guess the direct told her, when you stitch him up, make it look real, go deep, like it's really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. And you got a prosthetic over top of his arm.
Right.
And because when she was stitching him up, she actually went too deep, went into his arm, and literally stitched the prosthetic to his arm.
Ooh.
And Ving Rhames did not say a thing.
Ugh.
He said character, and then after, the cut, he's like, okay, it's real.
Yeah. Help.
Oh, oops.
Oof.
So 3 guards.
Yes.
They escape. They kill zombies. They go into the elevators, go up the elevator, and they got 3 guards. CJ, who's in charge, Bart, the annoying one, and Terry, he's the new guy.
Okay.
Make them surrender their weapons in exchange for refuge.
Yes.
They split into groups to secure them all. On the roof, they see another survivor, Andy.
Yay, Andy!
Who was stranded in his gun store across the zombie-infested parking lot.
He's such a sweet child.
I love how they start with just maybe 100.
Yeah.
And by a week or 2 weeks, there is thousands.
Thousands.
They just all come to the
It's
ball.
like a flood.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that idea. I like that word.
Mm-hmm.
A flood of zombies show up.
It's crazy.
Yeah. The next day, days, I don't know, I think these days are kind of blended together. We found it's like a month. We were there for a whole month.
Yes. And we realized, we watched the extra pieces with Andy in it, like his home videos he was making. And so, yeah, it's like, it almost goes like week by week. Hey?
A little bit.
Yeah.
It starts by a few days, and it goes a week, then 2 weeks, and then a month.
Right.
So the next day, a delivery truck carrying more survivors enters the lot.
Yes.
Pursued by zombies. They include Norma, Steve, Tucker, Monica, Glenn, Frank, and his daughter, Nicole.
Yes.
Another woman is too ill to walk. She is wheeled inside, only to die and reanimate.
And this happens like almost immediately.
Yeah. That's, again, good effects. It's like some guy was in full makeup and bodysuit to make him look like a girl or woman.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like all like bloated. It's really
I
gross.
was going to say it's really gross, like watching it happen.
Awesome.
And as soon as they wheel her in, you're like, ooh, she's not good.
Yeah. And after she is killed, the group determines the disease is passed by bites.
Right.
So there you go. There's again, no one knows what a zombie is. They
Yeah.
realize that it's a bite that transfers the infection.
Yes.
But they always find out that a headshot works.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Luda keeps her bite secret from the group,
Mm-hmm.
although Andre knows. Frank, who has been bitten, elects to be isolated. When he reanimates, Kenneth shoots him.
Right.
And this was kind of a bit of a thing as well with Anna trying to be the bigger person.
I was going to say be a good person,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, I don't know. I get it, but at the
Yes.
same time, do you want to last and suffer, or...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got bitten, would you want to wait to reanimate to get killed, or right now?
I don't know. I think it would depend on the situation, right?
That's true.
Like it. I don't know. Like that's a tough one because you don't really know. Right when you get bit, you're like, oof. I'd want to say goodbye to everybody, give everybody one last hug, and I think it'd probably be fine.
Yeah.
Save the food. Why would you bother eating or use medicine or anything when it could be used for somebody who's not gonna eventually try to kill everybody else?
That's a good point.
So practically, yeah, I'd be like, totally just get it over with. Let me get one last hug in and I'd be fine. But, everybody's also human.
Yeah.
Right? And your survival instinct will always kick in.
Yeah.
But until you're done for, right?
Pretty much.
So, yeah.
Kenneth and Annie start a friendship by way of messages written on a whiteboard.
Which is, again, the best part of the movie, in case anybody doesn't know.
Romance buzz between Anne and Michael, and Nicole and Terry.
Nicole and Terry. Right, she's the
young girl, and Terry's
yes.
the young, she's probably, 16, 17, and he's 20.
Is she?
I'm guessing.
Oh, maybe.
I'm guessing.
She's the dog lover, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When the power goes out, a few of the survivors go to the parking garage to activate the emergency generator.
Yes.
They find a friendly dog who was adopted by Nicole and named Chip.
Chips! Yay!
And this is one of the few movies that the pupper does not get killed.
Which is like, I loved this, that the zombies weren't interested in the animals.
Yeah.
So with the animals, like with all the deers and the whatever,
They take
fucking,
over.
Yeah? Interesting.
So then would like the more ferocious, like would a wolf attack a zombie?
And this is what I'm thinking. If the wolf eats the zombie meat, does it become a zombie?
I don't know.
Right? Because, okay, realistically, Chip has been down in that parking garage for 2 weeks before they find him, 3 weeks before they find him.
Yep.
How is Chip surviving?
He's eating zombies.
Right, because the first zombie who attacks them has no legs.
Ah, good point.
I'm just saying,
he's a zombie.
I think animals are immune.
They could be.
Right?
Makes sense.
I would say.
Cool.
That's our consensus.
Yeah. So zombies killed Bart, which he had it coming. That was a dick.
Yeah,
And,
not as much of a dick as CJ at this point, but...
Yeah. Or Steve.
Yeah, like junior dick.
Yeah. No, I think CJ is a bit of a dick. Steve becomes major dick. And CJ becomes meh.
CJ's like, we can't both be dicks, so now I have to be okay.
Yeah. Fucking babysit.
Jerks. Yeah. Fucking nursery.
So zombies kill Bart, forcing others to douse the zombies in gas and set them ablaze.
Which is fun. They have a lot of good fire and explosions in this movie.
Meanwhile, Luda, tied up by Andre,
yeah.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Luda.
Say no more, say no more, say no more. Gives birth and dies.
Yes.
Because she's also pregnant. I'm from Nathan. She's pregnant at the
Oh
time.
yeah, Luda's pregnant.
Yeah, she's a good 8.5 months ready to go.
Yes.
She reanimates and Norma kills Luda. Because
yes.
she wanted to give him some stuff. And this makes Andre snap, which he was basically on the verge of.
Yes.
Because he's very, he knew it was coming.
Yes.
He didn't want to accept it.
But, and then it's like, exactly like they said. He snaps and he's like, you want to kill my family? You want to hurt my family? And just starts like unloading.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa. And he's holding the baby the whole time. Yeah. So everybody else hears the gunshots and they're like, oh, fuck. And so they run to check on them. And they see, what was the old lady's name? Norma?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yep.
Oh, well, they find her dead, and they're like, "What the heck?" And she's like, "That bitch shot me." And then Anna's like, "Okay," and she sees Luda with a gunshot in her head, obviously reanimated. And then she sees the baby, and so she opens up the little cloth, and the baby, and the CGI baby again is really well done, but it's all like black, veiny, and it's got the dead like milky eyes, and it's like, wee. And at this point, I was chanting, feed us, feed us, feed us. And so Anna just like all of a sudden grows a pair with no mercy and blasts a baby. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
That's some character development I didn't expect, but okay.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Andre and Norma can't kill each other. They shoot
Yes,
each other and they're
yes.
just dead.
Yeah.
And
So neither of them have been bitten.
and they also find out that you can't, if you're dead, by just any other reason, you don't come back.
Yes, which is a change from the one we saw
Yes.
last week.
Yes.
Yes, because they did come back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So then we find a zombie baby, which they kill reluctantly.
was it reluctant?
Well,
Didn't feel reluctant.
you had no choice.
Yes.
I wouldn't breastfeed that thing.
No. Ugh, that's some Rosemary's Baby shit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The group decides to fight their way to the marina and travel on Steve's yacht to an island on Lake Michigan.
Yes.
They reinforce 2 shuttle buses from the garage for it, welding on a snowplow, attaching metal bars and chains, as well as stocking chainsaws for paint tanks and road flares.
Chainsaws in the apocalypse are sometimes not a good idea. Just saying.
Yeah. They also find out that Andy is starving.
Yes.
He is starving.
Skin and bones. Oh my
He's having a
god.
hard time. To rescue Andy, the group straps supplies onto the dog, Chips,
Yay.
and lowers him into the parking lot. The zombies have no interest in him. Chips enters Andy's truck safely, but a zombie follows and bites Andy.
Yep, the zombie gets in the dog door as well.
Which is weird. Why would we have a dog door?
Yeah.
I think like because it's a gun store,
Right.
you don't have like a way to defend. I think that's kind of like a way to defend or whatever.
For sure.
That's just my opinion on the matter.
Yeah.
Not so much dog door, more like a supply drop or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So of course Nicole, this dog-loving nut,
Yep.
silly girl, chases Chips and crashes the delivery truck into the gun store,
Yes.
where she is trapped by a zombified Andy.
Yes. Poor Andy. And he even climbs up to the roof and goes to write Ving Rhames something. We're on his little whiteboard that they share, and he just smears blood across it and lifts it. I'm like, oh no, Andy.
It kind of shows that when you're zombified,
Yes.
you turn. You kind of stick to your routine.
Right, which they mentioned earlier in the movie is like, why are they flocking to the mall? And they don't actually answer it, but Ving Rhames is like, maybe it's habit. Maybe this is, one of their things that they do is they just come to the mall.
It's just like memory.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like with Andy, he was communicating with them through the whiteboard.
Exactly.
That's what his last bit of thought was.
Right.
Then he heard Nicole and tried to get her.
Yes. Because then his zombie part took over, his zombie brain.
So a group of them reach the gun store by the sewers, kill Andy, and rescue Nicole.
R.I.P. Andy.
And Andy gets basically from his lower jaw up.
Like,
blown up.
completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ving Rhames is the one to do it, so I'm glad about that.
Was it a spoiler? That one almost took Kill the Flip.
Yes.
Almost.
It was good.
If you didn't mind that one, there's a better one. We'll come to it later.
Yes.
They grab ammunition and go back to the mall. Along the way, Tucker breaks his legs because he's a dumbass. And falls down into the sewer.
God damn it, Tucker.
And CJ's trying to pull him away, and he kind of gets grabbed by the zombie. So CJ shoots him out of mercy.
Yes.
After he's asking, just basically yells, "Shoot me, shoot me."
Yeah.
Once inside, they're unable to lock the door because Steve temporarily abandoned his guard duty because he's a dumbass.
Again, Steve is the worst.
Damn it, Steve.
Ugh.
Zombies storm the mall, forcing an evacuation by the buses.
Yes.
Because they were going to do it like 5 days after.
Yes.
They had to do it now.
Yeah.
So
they ran out of time, yeah.
Plan goes to hell, and they have to get out.
Yes, which is usually what happens in these movies, is something goes sideways and they have to speed up the plan. Yeah.
While navigating the city, Glenn loses control of the chainsaw.
Yes. Oh my god, this is so gross.
Accidentally killing himself and Monica. Well, it wasn't... Well, no. What's his... Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, he loses control because of the...
It's more like there's a big bump and he's trying to... There's one last zombie hanging on to the truck, and they go, and so what's his fucking name? What's this guy's name? I forget the old guy's name. Glenn. So obviously these characters were major characters. That's why I remember their names. And so he lights up the chainsaw to go and try to get the zombie. And I forget if Ving Rhames takes a corner or there's a bump or something.
He takes a tight corner.
Yes,
and loses balance and just basically
slices Monica
from her neck,
Ugh.
basically down across her chest into God knows how.
You know what this reminds me of is Terrifier. Have you ever seen Terrifier?
Yes.
I can't with chainsaws. Chainsaws, just, I fucking hate them. They're not my jam. The only time that chainsaws are allowed is Doom. And I stand by that.
It's a chainsaw massacre.
Yeah, but even that, he doesn't use it very effectively.
You ever seen the remakes?
I have not seen the remakes. I've only seen the original.
Okay. So yeah, so they're basically their bus flips.
Yep.
And their bus crashes.
Yes.
Steve tries to flee on his own, but is ambushed by a zombie.
Yes. Take
Anna
that.
kills the zombified Steve and retrieves the boat keys.
And it's such sweet victory. Like, she doesn't even hesitate. It actually reminds me of last week with fucking what's-her-face and Mr. Cooper, asshole piece of garbage. Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't even hesitate.
Barbara.
And I love that. Barbara. God damn it, Barbara.
And they were in two vehicles. Not
Yes,
just one.
right.
So there's one leader with the plow.
Yeah.
And the other kind of followed.
Right.
And that was the one that crashed.
Yes.
So at the marina, CJ sacrificed himself so others can escape.
Yeah, which is such a great... This is a great... I was just going to say it's the great bit of redemption. And he gets to blow up more propane, which he loves doing.
Oh, yeah.
So, kudos.
Yeah. Michael, after revealing a bite wound, kills himself as Anna, Kenneth, Nicole, Terry, and Chips flee on the yacht.
Yes.
Footage from a camcorder found on the boat shows the group runs out of supplies, arrives on an island, and is attacked by a swarm of zombies. The camcorder drops, leaving the fate unknown.
Okay. And does it stay unknown? Is there more of these?
For these characters, that's it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, nothing but a big old question mark, hey?
Yeah.
Well, in my mind, they all died, so
I think
R.I.P.
So. Except Chips.
Yeah. Oh,
Chips
Chips is
like,
fine. Chips is like, wow, an island full of food, thanks! I think Chips and Icky would get along.
Oh, they'd be buddies.
Oh, yeah, and that was Dawn of the Dead, so that was fun.
It was a great movie.
It was fun, yeah. It was...
zombie movies out there, one of the better remakes out there.
100% agreed. Yeah. It is. I really liked it. I thought it was definitely one of the best zombie movies I've seen. Really, like, creepy, scary, you know, like, thought-provoking with, you know, all the different elements with the type of zombie. Lots of question marks, which I love.
Yeah. There's some sex scenes in there.
Oh, yeah. Quick ones. Yeah.
Want to watch with family. There's one little sex scene. There's during the montage when they're kind of just hanging out in the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And
Steve and Monica start.
Steve and Monica.
They make a bit of a adult film.
Yes.
Yes.
We found Steve likes to do that. Likes to take videos of.
Oh yeah.
His girlfriends.
Yes. Yep. Good old Steve the scumbag.
Yeah. That bingo. He was a scumbag.
Yes. But.
Okay.
R.I.P. fun.
Yeah. Fun.
Well, Nick, what would you rate this?
I would rate this 4. 4 out of 5 for a guy.
Same. I totally same. Yeah.
It's so good.
It is.
The effects, perfect.
Fabulous.
They're all great practical effects, and some of them they had like the one zombie had one arm.
Yes.
The zombie had no legs. Those were done by amputees.
Really?
Yes. Though I think the aged guy with the one arm was in because we watched the extended edition.
Right.
That was in the extended edition, whereas I think in the original, they just get into the mall and there's no problems. There's no issues.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure that's how they kind of like, oh, let's go into the mall, and then they go smash it. Yeah,
And in this version, they have obviously a lot more problems.
Yes.
Okay.
And I would just think, they only had 26 million.
Right.
What if they had $70 million.
I was gonna say.
Imagine what could have been done with this movie if not
That's interesting.
Boyle's stupid goddamn House of the Dead.
You know what? I feel the same way about Deadpool. Like, if the first Deadpool actually had, like, the money that they expected to have, could you imagine what it could have been? I know.
It would have been sweet.
So disappointing, but still a good movie, and they made fun of it the whole time, so it was good.
It's great.
But, like, I couldn't tell that it was a lower budget film.
No. But you know what? They only had them all.
Right.
A bit of outside.
Right.
That was it. They didn't need much.
I was gonna say, it was just, I don't know, I never would have been able to tell. It was fabulous. Yeah, good for them. Yeah, I like this. Even the beginning and ending, I liked how they did the credits in red.
Yes.
Like, so the screen is either black with red writing, or when they're showing clips, it's, like, drenched in red. And it just gives it that sort of over-the-top, creepy feel, which I loved. And can we just talk about the music for a second?
I was going to go into that next.
Music.
So good.
Amazing.
Like, when you start a movie off with Johnny Cash's When the Man Comes Around.
Right.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it was fabulous. They
had, the ending credits is played by Down with the Sickness.
Yeah.
And halfway through one of the montages, they actually have someone do more of a... Ooh, what would you call that?
Like a folk song.
Yes, like the 30s kind of piano, fancy club.
Yes.
And I love that version.
It's really good.
That version.
I should download it because I really enjoyed it.
Years ago, I found it in download because I thought it was such a great, funny version. And just, yeah, it's great music.
It is.
The cast was great. Ving Rhames kicks ass. Yeah, it's a great cast. The guy played Steve.
Yeah.
He played asshole very well. Same with CJ.
Which is interesting because Ty Burrell plays, he's more of the family guy at this point in his life. Like, he played the, the manatee in Finding Dory. And he has the, obviously he plays Phil in Modern Family. Yeah. And so he's very known for being like, a family man. And so seeing him in this, I was like, oof, okay. Like, as soon as he was like, oh, like, fuck you, or you're a fucker or something, I was like, whoa. What if your family heard that? You can't say those words. Oh, yeah, I loved it. I'm glad we watched this. This was a good one. I hope that the next couple really live up to this, because I haven't seen 28 Days Later, and the next one we're watching, we talked about
Return of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead. I haven't seen it, and I have seen One Cut of the Dead, and it was fantastic. So this is right up there, though. It is really well done. And for a remake, like, obviously I haven't seen the original, but I could never tell that this was a remake.
The remake is 40 minutes longer than this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Ouch. Well, Ichabod's Kill at the Flick. You guys can probably tell from my my grunting and blah. But it was definitely when Monica gets fucking chainsawed through the chest. It is probably, and I think that you kind of get lulled into a false sense of security with zombies because it's just, oh, it's zombies, it's not a big deal. But then when you see, like, a human, like a real human getting, like, their torso chopped in half with a chainsaw, you're kind of like, ooh.
And you don't see it coming.
Yes. It was just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden I probably gasped while we were watching. I was like, oh. Because you're just not expecting it. You're like, all right, they're going to get the last zombie off. They're almost at the marina. Everything's going good. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
No.
It's such a sharp left turn to what was happening.
And they need that. They got to have...
Exactly.
Something always kind of goes wrong.
Yes.
And that's what happens. And
yes.
I guess how Fred... Is it Fred? Yeah, Fred... Glenn. Sorry, Glenn. Fred.
Old man.
Okay. Old gay man.
Old gay man, yes.
Apparently his death is he broke his neck when the truck or the van flipped over.
That's
We don't really see
dumb.
his death. He just kind of flumped over and he's dead.
Yep.
But yeah, it's basically from her looking at her left between her neck and her left shoulder, and just slantwise, and it's just blood.
It goes like right through her collarbone, like right.
Basically, her shirt rips away. You see some boobage shows, and she screams. She screams.
Oh, and it is guttural and it is ugly.
Yeah. It's with zombie movies, unless the zombies doing the killing, which not many did. It's pretty. Oh, the most graphic, I think, zombie kill is the beginning when he gets his neck ripped off.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
Everything else is kind of just you get a bite.
Or they just disappear into a horde.
There is the one at the beginning, when they go through the mall, they find the one guy kind of being eaten.
Oh, yeah. But we don't see too much until after when they start sweeping the mall. And he lost his belly. So his intestines are kind of hanging out. But other than that, yeah, you don't really see much. No. Yeah.
No, it's actually kind of tame.
Yeah, really. Movies. Which, like, you wouldn't think because they pick, Andy, when they're playing Hollywood Squares, they're picking people off, but it's not that bad.
No.
But that was Dawn of the Dead, everybody. Woohoo. You should watch it. It was great.
It's really good.
And next week, you said it and I already forget.
Return of the Living Dead.
Thank you. Okay, so is this a sequel to the movie we watched last week? Oh.
This is an entirely different take of zombies. This is where the zombies eating brains comes into
Brains.
Yeah. Where the zombies talk. They actually speak. And it's a different origin, different cause of the zombies.
So is this an older movie?
Yes.
Oh.
Check the date of release.
Because I feel like I've heard of this one, but it's just an older one. Like, I'm thinking of like a 60s, 70s, but maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking too old. Is it a remake?
No, this is like they just 1985.
Oh, okay. I love a good 80s.
Yeah.
Huh.
And there's, I think, 3 of these total.
Oh my god. Okay, interesting. Because I've heard of these, but I can't distinguish one from the other. Honestly, at this point, they all kind of blurred together. The Night of the Living, Return of the Dawn of the Dead. You know what I mean? Like they just kind of all blur together for me. But interesting.
Well, this was written. Nope. Yep. Screenplay and directed by Dan O'Bannon.
Okay,
and this
sure.
is the guy who wrote Alien.
Oh, interesting.
So it's going to be good.
Oh, well, I haven't been let down yet. The last 2 have been good, so.
This film, described as a mordant punk comedy, is known for introducing the popular concept of zombies eating brains as opposed to eating flesh.
I'm into it.
And it's also the first film to show zombies running.
Oh.
I remember that part after watching it again. Which
awesome.
Next week.
I was going to say, I guess we're going to.
And also, the zombies portrayed in the film cannot be killed by a standard headshot. So they took the zombie idea and said, fuck it, we're doing it a whole new way, different way, new lore. And you gotta do that.
I love it.
This freshens it up, gives it something new and different, and I think it had at least 2 sequels to it, so...
Must have done something right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. This episode was brought to you by our snoring executive producer, Ichabod. We hope you enjoyed your Horr-Gasm as much as we did. Please don't forget to rate, download, and subscribe. Also, like and follow us on Facebook at Horr-Gasm Podcast, Instagram at Horr-Gasm, Twitter at Gasm Horror, and YouTube at the Horr-Gasm Podcast. If you have a movie you'd like us to review, this is the best way to let us know. We hope to see you again next week because we have such sights to show you. Plenty of Horr-Gasms for you to experience.